Have you ever felt like life is happening to you instead of for you? Like no matter how hard you try, success, happiness, and fulfillment always seem just out of reach? What if I told you that the key to transforming your life isn't luck, talent, or timing? It's a set of simple, unshakable rules that once mastered will change everything. In the next few minutes, I'm going to share with you 7 rules of life, powerful principles that can take you from average to unstoppable. These aren't just ideas, they are proven strategies used by the world's most successful people to create wealth, happiness, and unstoppable confidence. If you're ready to stop living by default, to break through your limits and finally step into the life you were born to live, then listen closely. Because your destiny isn't written in the stars, it's written by the choices you make right now. By the end of this video, you'll have the tools to take control, master your mind, take massive action, and create a life that excites you every single day. Let's dive in. Life will never change for you until you take full responsibility for it. Most people walk around blaming circumstances, other people, or bad luck for the situations they find themselves in. But here's the truth. Nothing outside of you can control your results unless you let it. Every great achievement, every breakthrough, every moment of true fulfillment comes from someone deciding to own their life completely. When you step into total responsibility, you stop waiting for permission, for luck, or for the right moment, and you start creating your reality on purpose. Taking 100% responsibility means understanding that your past does not define your future. Every mistake, every failure, every challenge you've faced is not a sentence, it's feedback. It's a lesson designed to teach you how to grow stronger, wiser, and more resilient. You can choose to see these moments as obstacles or as stepping stones. The difference is in the decision you make every single day. When you decide to own your life, you realize that every result, every experience, and every emotion starts with your choices. You have the power to change the trajectory of your life simply by taking control of your decisions, your focus, and your action. This also means being brutally honest with yourself. No excuses, no justifications, no blaming others. When something isn't working, ask yourself, what can I do differently? What is my role in creating this outcome? This mindset shift is transformative because it turns challenges into opportunities. Suddenly, instead of feeling powerless, you feel unstoppable. You understand that the only person who can truly control your destiny is you. And the moment you embrace this truth, you start making decisions that are aligned with your highest potential. Taking responsibility doesn't mean you have to do it all alone. It means you stop waiting for others to change. Stop hoping for life to give you a break. And start acting decisively on your own power. It's about stepping into the driver's seat and realizing that the steering wheel has always been in your hands. Every thought you think, every action you take, every relationship you nurture or neglect contributes to the life you're creating. You are the architect of your own experience, and no one else can build it for you. When you fully own your life, fear loses its grip. You stop fearing failure, criticism, or rejection, because you know that these are part of the process of mastering your destiny. You start seeing possibilities where others see problem solutions, where others see obstacles, and power where others see weakness. Taking 100% responsibility isn't just a rule. It's a declaration of your freedom, your power, and your potential. It's the first step toward a life that is truly unstoppable, extraordinary, and entirely yours. Once you embrace this principle, everything else falls into place because you become the force that shapes your reality instead of the victim of it. Your mind is the most powerful tool you have, and yet most people leave it completely untrained, uncontrolled, and vulnerable to fear, doubt, and negativity. Every result in your life starts here. Every achievement, every relationship, every breakthrough begins with the way you think. The moment you master your mindset, you stop being a passenger in your own life and start becoming the driver, fully aware of the incredible power of your thoughts, beliefs, and focus. Mastering your mindset starts with awareness. Most people don't realize how often they sabotage themselves with limiting beliefs, negative self-talk, or habitual thinking patterns. They focus on what's wrong, what's missing, or what could go wrong next. But here's the truth. The mind cannot distinguish between what is real and what you feed it consistently. If you feed it doubt, fear, and limitation, you will experience a life of struggle. If you feed it possibility, empowerment, and focus, you create momentum that attracts results. Mastery begins when you choose what thoughts to nurture and which to discard. Your beliefs shape your behavior, and your behavior shapes your results. Think about it. If you believe you can't achieve something, you'll never take the actions necessary to make it happen. But if you choose to believe in your power, your potential, and your ability to overcome, your actions will align with that belief. You'll start seeing opportunities where others see obstacles. You'll take risks that others avoid. You'll persist when others quit. The right mindset doesn't make life easy, but it makes you unstoppable. Rewriting your mindset also requires intentional focus. Your brain will always seek patterns and confirmation of what you already believe. That's why so many people feel stuck. They are living inside the limits of their old programming. To break free, you must deliberately focus on what empowers you, what excites you, what challenges you, and what drives your growth. Feed your mind with ideas, mentors, experiences, and environments that push you to expand, not shrink. Make it a daily ritual to condition your thoughts toward success, abundance, and possibility. Mastery of the mind also requires emotional intelligence. It's not enough to think positively. You must manage your emotional state. Emotions are signals, guiding you toward or away from your highest potential. Fear, frustration, and anger can be used as fuel when harnessed correctly, or they can consume you when left unchecked. By learning to recognize, shift, and control your emotional energy, you gain clarity, focus, and the ability to respond to life instead of reacting. Finally, remember that mindset mastery is not a one-time event, it's a commitment. Every day, you must choose thoughts that empower you, beliefs that elevate you, and focus that drives action. When you do this consistently, life begins to change around you. You start attracting people, situations, and results that reflect the power of your mind. You stop being a victim of circumstance and become the creator of your destiny. When you master your mindset, you unlock freedom. You gain control over your life, your energy, and your results. Nothing outside can stop you because your inner world becomes unshakable. Success, fulfillment, and happiness are no longer dependent on luck. They are the natural outcome of a mind trained to win, persist, and thrive. Action is the bridge between dreams and reality. Too many people wait for the perfect moment, the right opportunity, or the ideal circumstance to take the steps that will change their life. But here's the truth. There's no perfect moment. Success, freedom, and fulfillment are created by those who decide to move first, move bold, and move consistently. Taking massive action relentlessly is the ultimate game changer because it turns intention into results, ideas into achievements, and potential into power. Massive action is not just about doing more. It's about doing what truly matters. It's about identifying the high leverage activities that move the needle in your life and committing to them with unwavering intensity. You might feel fear, uncertainty, or doubt, but action is the antidote to all of these. Momentum is created by doing, not by thinking, planning endlessly, or waiting for conditions to be perfect. Every great accomplishment in history began with someone deciding to start before they were ready and keep going long after others gave up. Relentless action requires persistence. You will face obstacles, setbacks, and resistance. This is inevitable. But what separates the ordinary from the extraordinary is the willingness to keep going when it gets hard. Each failure, each rejection, each challenge is not a signal to stop. It's feedback, a guide to adjust, improve, and push forward with even greater intensity. People who take massive action don't wait for motivation. They create it through movement. Once you start, momentum compounds, and even small steps repeated consistently lead to extraordinary results. Taking massive action also means embracing courage. Courage is not the absence of fear. It's taking action in spite of fear. Fear is natural. It's your mind signaling that something important is at stake. But if you let fear dictate your behavior, your dreams die before they have a chance to live. Every time you choose action over hesitation, you strengthen your confidence, expand your capabilities, and build a life of achievement. Action breeds courage, and courage breeds more action, a cycle that creates unstoppable momentum. Massive action requires focus and clarity. You can act a lot and still achieve little if your actions are scattered or misaligned with your goals. True power comes from aligned, intentional, and consistent action toward your highest vision. This is why planning, prioritization, and daily discipline are critical. Decide what matters most, commit to doing it every day, and eliminate anything that distracts from your path. The combination of relentless action and focused intention is unstoppable. Finally, understand that action creates confidence. Confidence is not something you wait to feel. It is something you build by doing, achieving, and proving to yourself that you can overcome any challenge. The more action you take, the more proof you accumulate, and the more unstoppable you become. If you want a life of freedom, success, and fulfillment, it will not come from ideas alone, from waiting or from wishing. It comes from stepping up, moving boldly, and taking massive action relentlessly every single day. This is how ordinary people create extraordinary lives. If you want, I can now write Rule 4th. Embrace failure as feedback in the same detailed Tony Robbins style 500-word format. Failure is not the enemy of success, it is the pathway to it. Yet most people fear failure, avoid it, and let it define them. They see a setback as a reflection of their worth, a sign that they aren't capable or proof that they should quit. But the truth is, failure is information, feedback, and a stepping stone. Every successful person in history has failed, often repeatedly, before achieving greatness. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't is not luck. It's the ability to embrace failure, learn from it, and use it as fuel to propel forward. When you fail, it's an opportunity to gather information about what works, what doesn't, and how to improve. Every mistake reveals a weakness, a gap in knowledge, or a misalignment in strategy. But here's the critical point. Your response matters more than the failure itself. You can choose to let it break you, or you can choose to let it teach you, guide you, and strengthen you. Feedback is only useful when it is absorbed, analyzed, and acted upon. If you ignore it, repeat the same mistakes, or blame external circumstances, failure becomes a trap instead of a tool. Embracing failure requires a shift in mindset. Instead of seeing it as something negative, start seeing it as evidence that you are moving forward. Fear of failure keeps people stagnant, trapped in the comfort zone of mediocrity. Those who embrace failure understand that each attempt, even when imperfect, brings them closer to mastery. They understand that the faster they fail and learn, the faster they grow. Every failure is a lesson disguised as discomfort, a push toward resilience, a necessary step toward achieving what others only dream of. Failure also teaches humility and adaptability. When things don't go as planned, it forces you to look honestly at your strategies, your effort, and your mindset. It cultivates resourcefulness, creativity, and perseverance, qualities that no classroom or mentor can fully teach. The person who never fails may avoid pain, but they also avoid growth. Growth happens outside comfort, and failure is often the doorway to extraordinary transformation. Furthermore, embracing failure builds confidence. Ironically, the more you fail, the less intimidating it becomes. You realize that failure is not permanent. It is not a reflection of your identity, and it does not define your worth. Each time you fail and recover, you strengthen your resilience muscle, making you unstoppable. You learn that failure is simply a step on the journey, not the end of the road. The world rewards action, persistence, and learning, not perfection. Every successful entrepreneur, athlete, artist, or leader has a history of missteps, setbacks, and failures that they used as stepping stones. When you embrace failure as feedback, you remove fear, cultivate courage, and create a mindset that transforms obstacles into opportunities. You stop asking, what if I fail? And start asking, what can I learn? How can I grow? How can I get closer to my vision? Ultimately, failure is your ally when you let it be. It is the teacher that accelerates your growth, sharpens your skills, and prepares you for the life you are destined to create. Every failure is proof that you are daring, stretching, and moving toward your potential. And that is exactly where greatness is born. True fulfillment and lasting success are never found in isolation. You can achieve wealth, power, and recognition, but if your life revolves only around yourself, it will always feel empty. The secret that separates extraordinary people from the average is their commitment to contributing beyond themselves. When you focus on adding value, serving others, and making a meaningful impact, you tap into a force far greater than any personal ambition, a force that not only transforms, lives around you, but transforms your own life in the process. Contribution begins with understanding that your life is not just about accumulation, it is about impact. Every action, every choice, every decision has the potential to lift someone else, inspire change, or create opportunity. The moment you adopt the mindset of contribution, you shift from scarcity to abundance, from fear to purpose. Serving others is not about giving away what you cannot afford, it's about aligning. Your unique talents, skills, and experiences with the needs of the world. The more value you create, the more fulfillment, influence, and prosperity flow back to you. When you contribute beyond yourself, you also cultivate a sense of purpose. Purpose is the invisible fuel that drives human excellence. Without it, effort feels meaningless. And even the greatest achievements leave you unsatisfied. But when your goals and actions are aligned with making a difference, work becomes passion, challenges become meaningful, and setbacks are reframed as opportunities to serve better. Contribution gives your life context, significance, and lasting meaning. It transforms success from a personal trophy into a legacy that touches generations. Contribution also magnifies your growth. When you commit to serving others, you stretch beyond your comfort zone. You encounter perspectives, problems, and opportunities that challenge your thinking, sharpen your skills, and expand your influence. The act of giving forces you to innovate, lead, and communicate at a higher level. By focusing on the needs of others, you naturally elevate yourself, because the energy of service creates momentum, trust, and connection. People are drawn to those who add value, and doors that once seemed closed open effortlessly when your intent is authentic and generous. Furthermore, contributing beyond yourself builds resilience and perspective. When life is about more than your own struggles, disappointments, or fears, you gain a broader vision. Challenges lose their intensity when you see them in the context of something bigger. Helping others navigate their struggles reminds you that adversity is universal, and that your strength can be used to uplift, encourage, and inspire. Contribution transforms pain into purpose and scarcity into generosity. Finally, the universe rewards service. Those who give without expecting immediate returns often find abundance flowing into every area of their lives, financially, emotionally, and spiritually. Contribution creates a ripple effect. Your actions inspire others to contribute, to grow, and to reach higher. In this way, the impact you make multiplies far beyond your own effort, creating a legacy that outlives you. Living a life of contribution is not optional if you want to experience true greatness. When you give, serve, and create value beyond yourself, you ignite the most powerful force in human achievement, the force of meaningful impact. This is the force that transforms ordinary lives into extraordinary legacies and ordinary people into unstoppable leaders. Have you ever wondered why some people seem to create unstoppable success, happiness, and fulfillment, while others struggle despite having the same opportunities? The truth is, life isn't about luck, it's about rules. Certain principles, when understood and applied consistently, have the power to completely transform your reality. Today, I'm going to share with you 7 rules of life that, when practiced, can change everything: your mindset, your results, your relationships, and your destiny. These are not just theories. They are proven strategies that the world's most successful people live by every single day. If you're ready to stop living by default, to break free from limitations, and to step into a life of unstoppable energy and massive results, then pay attention. Because what you're about to learn is the blueprint for taking control, mastering your mind, taking massive action, and creating a life that excites you every single day. This is your moment. Your choices today will determine your tomorrow. Let's dive in and start transforming your life.